On Tuesday, during the review of Guyana at the 49th session of the Universal Periodic Review by the United Nations Human Rights Council, Guyana's Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Oneidge Walrond, delivered opening remarks noting that Guyana has achieved approximately 67% of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, despite facing considerable national challenges.
Guyana faces several challenges as a small developing nation, including the impacts of climate change and a spurious claim to 2/3 of our territory.
However, Walrond's remarks drew immediate objections from Venezuela's permanent representatives at the United Nations in Geneva, Ambassador Alexander Chanez de Luz. He requested an intervention on a point of order citing Article 113 of the General Assembly's Rules of Procedure. The ambassador urged the Guyanese delegation to avoid raising territorial issues in what he described as a strictly bilateral matter not suitable for discussion in the UPR. Despite Venezuela's objections, Guyana's permanent representative to the UN, Ambassador Caroline Rodriguez-Burkett, during our presentation explained that the territorial dispute could not be ignored due to its adverse impact on the human rights of Guyanese citizens.
And let me say that whatever threatens our development threatens the human rights of our citizens. And so it was necessary for us to mention the spurious claim to 2/3 of our territory.
The Vice President of the Human Rights Council then intervened, reminding all delegates to adhere to the established legal framework of the Council, the General Assembly, and the Security Council.
To remind you that it is important to avoid bilateralizing what is essentially a multilateral process.
Ambassador Rodriguez-Burkett responded by defending Guyana's position, stating that her delegation was merely fulfilling the UPR's requirements by reporting on threats to human rights.
And I take note, I was just responding to what was raised. And as the UPR process asks us to identify in our report the threats, and we view this as a major one, it was included.
On May 2, 2025, just one day after the International Court of Justice ordered Venezuela to suspend its plans for elections in Guyana's Essequibo region, Venezuela rejected the ruling. The government of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela stated that it does not recognize ICJ's jurisdiction and will not comply with any of its decisions. Tiana reporting for the HGP 93 News.